Hey, Dr. C. Hope you're having a good day. Thank you for joining me today. We're going to today talk about upper extremities. Now, I mean the entire upper extremity. Fingers, wrist, forearm, arm, shoulder. We're going to go all the way up the upper extremities. And then we'll have a show on lower extremities probably next time. Okay, let's get started. We do our warm-up first. Always do your warm-up. And good posture. Looking straight ahead. Big breath in through your nose. And out through your mouth. And let's go with our head and neck. I like to do dynamic stretching to start, as opposed to static stretching, where you just hold a pose for a minute or two. We do our dynamic stretching first. 3, 4, and 5. Now ear to shoulder. One more to do. And 5. And now we rotate all the way down and around. 1. You do it slowly. Don't want to get you dizzy. 2. And 3. And now opposite direction. 1, 2, and 3. Now arms come down to the side. We're going to do our shrugs. And forward and down, up, forward and down, up, forward and down, up, forward and down, and up, forward and down, up and back and down, back, down, up, back, down, up, back, and down. Straight up and a big breath in. And down, straight up, and down, straight up, and down. One more to do, straight up, and down. Okay, shake out those upper extremities. They're going to be doing a little work today. I want to start in the periphery. That is, the fingers. Oh, we should do a couple of general exercises. Why did I forget? My mind is gone. I'm going to have to do it anyway. Out with the arms, out with the legs, and bring them in, bring them out. 2, jumping jacks. 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Swimming, crawl. Remember, turn your head with the crawl. That's how you're going to breathe. Turn your head. Turn your head. And now backstroke. We're going to do all 4 of the basic swimming strokes. Good swimming this time of year. Whoa, we need it. And now breaststroke. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now butterfly. Out, down, and breathe. Out, down, and breathe. Out, down, and breathe. Out, down, and breathe. One more to do. Out, down, and breathe. Okay, that's it. Tips of the fingers on the shoulders. And let's do circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reversed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. and out and in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now down and up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And bring them forward. 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And down. Okay, that's warmed up our shoulders. Now we're going to start with the periphery, with the fingers. Fingers out, straight out, apart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, good point now. I had my palms down. What if I turned palms up and did your exercises? Does that make a difference? We're going to answer that question in a few minutes. Remember, there's 3 different positions of the wrist. One is pronation, that is palms down. Neutral, fingers up. Supination. Does it make a difference how you hold something, whether pronate, supinate, or neutral? And again, I'll point that out when we do the individual muscle exercises up above in the shoulder. Fingers first, like I said, fingers first. Let's do our thumbs. Circles, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reversed, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The most important finger in the hand is the thumb. And so we need to specifically exercise that thumb. How do we do that? First of all, bend your thumb. Hold them together. Pull. Both hands pulling. And pull. One more and pull. Okay, that's the start of your exercise with the thumb. Always start with the circles. They're excellent, excellent. What do we do next? Let's take the right hand and the thumb. 5, 4, 3, 2. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay. And you do the other side, obviously, as well. Thumb touches each finger. Touches each finger. Okay. That's not the only thing. Now we can squeeze. Squeeze them in. Squeeze them in. That's got nothing to do with the thumb. Squeeze them in. And again, does it make a difference if you squeeze palms down, palms up, or neutral? We keep coming back to that. We're going to answer that in a few minutes. Okay, keep going with those fingers. There's a number of joints on the fingers. Normally 3 joints. Distal joint, intermediate joint, proximal joint. And then where the metatarsal or metacarpal connects to the wrist. So basically 1, 2, 3, 4 areas that you're going to exercise. I'm just going to do one hand so you get an idea of the entire thing. Take up the whole damn program if I tried to do everything in both hands. But you get the idea. Okay, we're going to start out with the index finger. Well, actually, we'll start with the thumb. I mentioned it's the most important finger. You're going to hold the bone proximal to that joint. And then just bend 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the next joint down. These are joints that are usually involved with osteoarthritis. So we're going to hold the bone just below that. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, this is the one that's most common involved with osteoarthritis. You see swelling in that area. That's generalized arthritis from use. Okay. Again, we're going to hold proximal to that joint. And let's move the entire joint down. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you do that with each individual finger. 2, 3, 4, 5. Move it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Move it down. Now you got the knuckle joint. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you get the idea. You move it down. Why? Because there's 2 tendons that come out. One tendon connects only to the tip of the fingers. The other tendon comes only to the base of the middle. So they each independently move. That's why you can do this and not move the other joint. So you want to stretch out all the tendons and you want to get full mobility. There's a lot of reasons to have arthritis. I'm not going to go into that. But you want to get the best mobility that you can with your hands. Now, look at this hand compared to that hand. You see that tendon right there? It's very thick. That is a mild Dupuytren's contracture. Now, if you see the hand starting to develop this, usually in the 4th and 5th fingers, what you do, put your hands down onto your thighs and then, or a desk, push down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so you're stretching those out. You're never going to lose that scar. Scar's permanent, but you can get more mobility by stretching a little bit and getting a little bit more mobility. Okay, what other exercises can we do? Besides going up and down, you can go with the wrist. You hold above the wrist. Now move it back, move it forward and down. Back, down, back, and down. And again, other side, back, down, back, down, back, down, back, and down. Now let's, and you can also go side, 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 side. Or you can just rotate the entire wrist. All those motions, all 3 motions. Okay, let's go on from there. The forearm. Let's talk about the forearm. The forearm has 2 bones that come down. One is called the radial bone, the radius. Goes on this side, thumb side. So that flesh that's in here, that's the brachioradialis. It attaches up here, attaches down there, and flexes. That's its job. How can we exercise that? Alone. Probably not an isolated muscle exercise. Usually there's other muscles involved with that exercise. Specifically, there's a flexor carpi radialis and a flexor carpi ulnaris, the ulnar bone. And so when you go up say you put your hand onto a table or something. You just go up and down, up and down. That, you see both flexors, the flexors both tighten up. Okay, so again, you can do it on this side as well. Not as easy to show you that, but you got to take my advice on that. I've got sarcopenia. I've lost probably about 40% of my muscle mass already. Hell, I'm only 85. I lost 40% already. Part of it was because of COVID. Well, I'm not getting into that. Okay. Now, this brachioradialis, how do we exercise that? Well, we can exercise the biceps. Now we're going to talk about the positioning of the hands. Pure palms up. Let's say we're holding weights. We got our arms in. This is pure biceps, lifting the weight. Or you can use your bands, using your bands one way or the other. This is pure biceps. Now you can bend forward, arms off. That's still pure biceps. Pure biceps. Now there's other muscles up here other than the biceps. There's a thing called the brachialis muscle. That connects down at the elbow. And then, as I mentioned, there's the brachioradialis muscle. Okay. How can we exercise those? Remember I told you, pronate, supinate, right? We always, with our weights, use supination. Always. That's pure biceps. However, if you do it pronating, that's why I got my little band here. Let's say I'm pronating now. Got my arms in, and same motion that we use for the pure biceps. But notice, number one, it isn't just biceps. Yes, the biceps does tighten. But also, notice too, that in the arm, you have an additional muscle pulling. So it's a little easier, actually, to do this, because you're exercising the brachialis as well. And you're exercising that brachioradialis. Now again, I'm going to try to turn a little so maybe you can see. See that? Brachioradialis. Brachioradialis. So, just simply turning your hands to a pronating position, you then add two muscles that you are exercising. Okay. Let's move on up to the upper arm. A lot of muscles in that upper arm. Let's go through each individually. I had mentioned the biceps, and like I had told you, using the band, palms facing up, pure biceps. Okay. Now, what else do we have? We also have the triceps muscle. Triceps. Now, how do we exercise the triceps? Well, I found one way was very, very simple, actually. I'm going to step on the band here, and I'm going to bring that band underneath. Bring it underneath. Yeah, let's get that leg up. Okay. And let's get it in the middle. Come on. And get it up and over. And the back. Just like that. Okay. Triceps. Bring your hand back far as you can. This is the triceps. It's a big muscle. Covers 2/3 of the arm. And then move it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Those are great triceps. Stretching the triceps. Ooh, now you really can stretch it if you go in the back like that. You really can stretch it all the way up. So, and then obviously you do the other arm as well. So that's the triceps muscle. Let's go on from there. Now we're going to do the deltoid muscle. Deltoid is the one that you see on the outside of the arm. But what you're seeing is just the lateral part. There's 2 other parts because there's 3 heads to the deltoid. You got to exercise the entire deltoid. Now, one way you can exercise the deltoid is simply putting that underneath the feet like that and simply going up to a T. Now it's pure lateral deltoid. Pure lateral. 3, 4, and 5. Now let's see if we can get the anterior head of the deltoid. You got to bend forward in order to do that. You bend forward. And now you go splay it out. Now you're also getting the anterior part. You can go forward. And 2, 3, 4, 5. Normally what I do is I have them cross, make an X with the band, bring that right arm down to the left foot, and anterior deltoid. 2, 3, 4, 5. And obviously the other arm as well. 1, 2. Keep your back nice and straight. 3, 4, 5. Now, how about that posterior part, the part that's in the back of the deltoid muscle? What you do, move it across to stretch it. Put your hand on top, stretching it, getting it ready. Stretch that deltoid. How do you stretch the anterior? You put your hand in the back, of course. But it goes across the front, stretching the posterior part. And same with this side. Stretch at the start. Now, what do you do to strengthen it? Well, just the opposite. Just the opposite. Get your hand, hold on, bring this arm over, and then stretch it to the side. Stretch it to the side. You feel that in that deltoid. And 3. Another way you can do it is with this band in the back, just like this. Bring that, let's exercise the posterior and the side. And then try to get your arm all the way touching the 2. And now take that back arm, stretch it down. 2. That's getting that posterior on that right side. 3, 4, and 5. So that is the deltoid muscle. So what other muscles are there to exercise? Well, there's a number of different ways you can exercise all the muscles, kind of generalized. One is simply circles. 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we can circle them. We can circle them, circle them, circle them. The circles are great when your arms have an injury. The very first exercise you do to a joint is with circles. Let's say, for example, you hurt your shoulder. They tell you first, bend over to that side, let the arm hang, and then you do a pendulum. you do a pendulum. Let it circle. The little circles usually don't hurt. As you get better at it, you increase the size of the pendulum. And then you can climb up the wall. Climb up the wall, trying to get full mobility of that shoulder joint. So use that sequence. Small pendulum, big pendulum, circle, and then, then you work your way all the way up, and as I showed you. So that is if there's an injury. If there's an injury. Now, what other generalized exercise can you do? You can take your band again and stretch it. Now the entire arm is stretching. Entire arm is stretching. Now it's more of a static stretch. It's not dynamic. You're not doing repeated exercises like you do in Pilates. This is a static stretch. And then back in. Does it make a difference if you have your palms up and stretch? You're using different muscles. You may find it a little easier, and you may not. Now for me, they're pretty equal because I've never had an injury to my shoulder, but nevertheless, you get the idea. Okay, we've gone through all of our individual muscles and pretty much gave you some suggestions of exercises that you can do. And have a great day. This is Dr. C. Next time we'll talk about the legs. Bye-bye.